What's up, guys? Welcome back to Alt Dad Podcast. We're back with episode 3. And do you know what episode 3 abbreviates to? E3. E3, big topic of the week. We're focusing this week all on the goodness of E3 that's coming up in a week's time. And we're going to break it all down. And we're going to discuss and we're going to digest. And we're going to ingest and all that stuff. So, I am one of your hosts, Az, alongside...
Hello. I'm Nick.
And
Hi.
Here we are.
Here we are, yeah, we're here.
Flying by the seat of our pants again. Absolutely. No, I've been good. How are you?
Yeah, all good. Quite excited for this. There's a hell of a lot to talk about.
There is
way too much.
Yeah, legit. There is so much to cram in. It's going to be interesting. So we should probably start and get it out of the way, how we normally do.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, what have you been up to since we last spoke? What have you been playing?
Do you know what?
What?
I didn't get drunk.
Oh my god.
I know. This is the first
reform.
It's taken 3 episodes, but I haven't been drunk this weekend. I've had a whole weekend not converting to alcoholism. So
I'm not sure.
Converting, whatever. Yeah, no, I did it. No, but so this week I've actually played some games. So I've actually got some stuff to talk about.
Very good. Nice.
So,
yeah, I did revert to alcoholism this weekend, so very little to talk about on my end. So you go ahead.
Okay.
You take the reins.
Wait. With role reversed, you've been drinking a weekend.
Yeah, no, I got accidentally drunk on Friday night and then had a thing on a Saturday night, so it ended up being just a complete wash.
I like that, accidentally drunk. It wasn't meant to happen, it just happened.
It was a casual, on the way home from work, Friday night beers, and then, just
one thing leads to another, then, you've woke up and you're in a face full of kebab, and, it's a nightmare.
Yeah. There are some puns in there we should avoid.
Yeah, face full of meat. Games. This is what this podcast's about. Right, let's go to the games. I'll actually kick us off. So, I've been playing things. I've been playing Void Bastards, or Bastards. I don't know how you want me to pronounce that, but I've been playing that.
It's meant to be very English, so I imagine it'd be...
Bastards, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is very English. It's very... I want to say very Only Fools and Horses in the humour, because it's very...
Wait, so it's North English then?
Yeah, it's very...
Or is it North English or Cockney, or what kind of English?
Have you've seen Only Fools and Horses, right?
Not much.
What? That's like a fucking institution.
Yeah, but...
yeah, you're a non-conformist. It's fine.
Well, no, I didn't grow up in the UK, so for me, it's like whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's a good point. Anyway, yeah, no, it's very. Well, to be fair, it's just it's very like an old school English humour throughout it and stuff. Just like sort of the way the characters, like the enemies and stuff, shout at you and shit like that. It's very much like, "Oi, what you doing here? Get out, mate!" and stuff like that.
So it's the enemies. It's kind of like Warhammer orcs.
Well, yeah, basically. Like in that kind of vein of talking.
Sound like gruff chavs.
Yeah, that's it. Just gruff chavs, just being like, "Oi, mate, what are you doing on my spaceship? What are you fucking doing here, mate?" Kind of thing. So,
nice.
So yeah, it's really funky style. I mean, I was quite lucky because I was going to buy it, but it turns out it was on Game Pass. So anyone who wants to give it a go, it is on Game Pass if you have an Xbox. So
you talk about Game Pass so much that I looked it up and I was like, "There's got to be something kind of weird about this that I don't like," and I was briefly thinking about getting an Xbox One because of it. It seems really nice.
Do you know what? It is genuinely really nice. It's alarmingly nice. It's like, how is it this nice? Shit.
I feel like this was Microsoft's way of being like, we lost the console war on day one to Sony. We've got to claw back some ground.
Yeah, pretty much. So they're like, you know what? We'll basically just make our own Netflix of video games. And, we'll put new shit on every month. And every month you get some new shit to play. And you get a whole bunch of time to fucking complete stuff. I mean, stuff doesn't necessarily stay on there permanently. I mean, their first party stuff does. But stuff like Void Bastards will probably only be on there maybe like a couple of months or something like that. But that's plenty of time. You know what I mean? Like, you jump into this game like day one, and you can crank it out and get it done. It's not an issue. They've put like Fallout and stuff on there in the past. I'm just thinking of like bigger releases from third parties. like we can, you've got plenty of time to get stuff done, and there's so much stuff every month. You've just got a constant variety of games. It's quite
Nice.
exciting.
Perfect.
I mean, we'll dive into Game Pass a bit more later on. We've got some stuff on that to talk about later.
Okay. Cool,
But Void
cool.
Bastards is fucking cool. I mean, it's very strategic. I mean, to be fair, I really think it's a bit of you. I think you genuinely really enjoy this game.
Yeah, from everything I've heard about it, it's basically like a better version of Strafe, and that kind of roguelite FPS that I've been talking about for ages now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's very much like you need to really resource manage as well. Like that's something I noticed instantly was that you do quickly run out of ammo and stuff like that. So you do have to be aware of like basically what happens. The way the game works is you like have a hub where you have to like there's all these other ships around the universe basically, and then like you'll fly ship to ship, and then each ship will have different loot on it. So you have to be wary of like what loot is on the ship that you're going to, depending on what ammo you've got, what explosives you've got, what other like tools you've got to like you can get like decoy weapons and stuff like that, which might be useful. Especially like yesterday, I'd ran out of ammo, so all I had was this like you have this meow bot thing, which is like this little exploding cat, but it distracts your enemies. So I was just running around throwing fucking decoy cats around till I could find some fucking ammo because I was like, I have no bullets.
Yeeting felines.
That's it.
All over a spaceship.
Literally.
Sounds like my kind of game. Yeah.
It's fucking great. Honestly, it's well worth checking out. Like I say, especially if people got Game Pass, like fucking download this and give it a look because it's real good. I think it's only £25 on PC as well, so it's not like a huge amount of cash. Like
it won't break the bank.
No, exactly. So
and it's early in the month.
Yeah.
So,
and I can imagine they're probably going to expand on it in the future and stuff like that. I mean, it's by I don't know the dude's name or anything, but it's by one of the dudes who was like a lead on BioShock and System Shock back in the day.
oh wow.
So yeah. So pretty big names behind it and stuff like that. So the gunplay on it is kind of weird because you can't aim down sights and stuff like that. It is very like retro in its feel. You just have a traditional pointer and you shoot and that's it, and you don't have to do anything fancy. But weapons are quite basic. It's like pistols and stuff like that. Really, it's nothing. Well, I've not had anything like an assault rifle or anything like that yet. So, because like I say, everything's quite sparse. But yeah, no, it's fun, and the art style's really cool. Really reminds me of like 13. I don't know if you ever played that back in the day.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely does have that vibe. It is a cool art style. I'm getting a little bit of PTSD from it because it kind of looks like a SketchUp model.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I've had to convert a lot of Google SketchUp models in my time to usable 3D assets, and this is it's a problem in my industry.
Well, it's all very comic booky, and it's everything like the cutscenes and stuff like that are like blocks of a comic book basically that you read through and stuff like that. So, but yeah, no, it's cool, it's funky. So, I mean, that was one of two big games that they put on Game Pass. I didn't even realise they were both going on Game Pass. I had no idea. But the other one was is it the Outer Wilds? Outer Lands?
Yes, I've heard of this, the Outer Wilds. There was a big controversy about that being put on the Epic Games Store because it was originally a Kickstarter project, I believe.
Yeah, that's it.
So it went exclusive on the Epic Games Store, but then Microsoft, obviously PC exclusive, and then Microsoft has released it for the Xbox as well.
Yeah, I haven't actually played that yet. That's not one of the games I played this week, but I have downloaded it. I do want to give it a look because it's had very good reviews. I don't really know a whole bunch about it. It looks very, just from the little bits and pieces that I've seen, it looks very No Man's Sky-esque. Like, you journey planet to planet.
A bit like that. It looks a little roguelitey almost. I could just be getting that from...
Yeah, it's like the in thing at the moment. But yeah, so no, I've downloaded that. I need to check that out. But yeah, I'll probably play that for next week or something like that. But yeah, what else have I been playing this week? I've tried Warhammer Chaosbane came out yesterday, which I picked up stupidly. I was just like, do you know what? Fuck it, it's 20 quid. I'm going to download it. It's an action RPG. Why not?
And how was it?
Well, I've only played a very, very small amount of it because I've been playing Void Bastards and I've had gigs to go to this weekend and stuff like that. But yeah, no, and it only came out yesterday, so what the fuck am I talking about? So yeah, and I've only played a very small amount of it. It's so far it's not reinventing the wheel, but it's nice. All I'm gonna say as a PC port though is it's very piss poor as a PC port.
Oh, that sucks.
There is literally no graphics options in the game. The only options you have are your resolution and if you want to turn VSync on, which is like,
That's terrible.
okay, why? And I swear, I'm running a 2080 Ti in my rig, and I'm pretty sure that I'm not playing on max graphics settings because it looks really rough at points, and it's like, okay.
There probably aren't max graphics settings. It's probably just locked to whatever they had to release it on console.
It's a very, very shady port for sure. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't run like shit or anything like that. It plays perfectly fine and it looks decent enough, but at the same time, it's like, okay, I'm playing at 360 frames per second. what? What the fuck? Like and the stupid thing is, well, if you want to turn VSync on, you have to restart the game.
Oh, I hate that shit.
Restart the fucking game to turn VSync on. Are you fucking kidding me? It's 2019. What are we doing?
Yeah. I still have an issue with Counter-Strike Global Offensive when I alt-tab. It takes alt-tabbing back into the game is really like annoying. You have to do it twice to get it to go through, and then even then it might not stick.
And it always does that noise. It's that one noise where it's like...
Yeah.
Fucking reverbs. Like, okay.
It's 2019.
Why can't we alt-tab our fucking games?
Here's a conspiracy theory. Gabe Newell is dead, and they're just keeping his corpse inside Valve HQ and pretending there's like a weird cult-like scenario in there. Because nobody's fixing any of these fucking obvious problems.
Nobody's fucking doing anything over there. Well, what the fuck are they doing? They're releasing £1,000 fucking VR headsets, and they can't even make fucking Half-Life 3. You fucking kidding me?
They're not even releasing them. They're just like it's Vive.
No, they've got their own thing now.
No? What?
Yeah, did you not know this? Here's a tangent. Yeah, they have their own headset. I'm gonna have to Google it because I can't remember what it's fucking called. But it's super expensive, super duper expensive. It's more expensive than a Vive. Valve Index is what it's called. That's it. And it's like really crazy spec. It's got like a fucking. I'm pretty sure like the screens are like 4K in it and shit like that, and like it's fucking just crazy spec fucking VR. Like real enthusiast level VR, basically. And it's like, who the fuck's buying this? Like, to be fair, and this is going to go into another game that I've purchased and not played yet, because all I do is spend money on video games, clearly, is there's a very good exclusive come out on PS4 earlier this week for VR called Blood and Truth. It's getting crazy good reviews and shit like that. But all these games, all the really good VR games, seem to exist on PSVR. Like I don't recall anything like really revolutionary being on PC. So yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, this is a complete fucking tangent on bashing VR.
Yeah.
This is a conversation for another fucking time. But yeah, look it up.
I'm looking at it now and I'm like, ooh, they've got nice speakers because that's like my major bugbear with. Every time I've used an Oculus, there's just been the sound.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, VR. We'll talk about it another time. I'm sure there'll be some stuff coming out of E3 next week that we can talk about. So yeah. So yeah, no, but they're the two big games I've been playing. I also played a bit more Rage 2. I haven't finished it. I've come to the conclusion that Rage 2 is very vanilla, and it's okay. It's nothing amazing, but it's okay.
Just punk rock sci-fi. Far Cry.
Yes.
Is that it?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Cool, got it.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
So, what have you been doing? Have you just been drunk? Or have you been playing Elder Scrolls?
No. I know, I got my Switch with me, and I was playing Civilization 6 a bunch, but...
How is that on Switch?
Not good, honestly.
Oh, God!
I was disappointed by it. I was thinking, I was enjoying it a bit on PC. It's not as good as Civ 4 or 5, to be honest. I don't have any of the expansions or anything, so don't at me. But yeah, it doesn't work as well on the Switch. It feels really clunky to control, and I keep finding myself wanting to use the screen like a touch screen.
Yeah.
Like I just want to reach out and click things and move them that way.
But
Instead,
you can't.
It's like, nope.
There's no option for that, right?
Oh. No, you just got to use the analog stick and drag your stupid ass camera halfway around the world.
Oh.
Yeah. It's just a bit finicky.
What the fuck are you playing it if it's like a broken port?
Because I was this whole weekend I was away in Oxford.
Oh, okay. So you were like, okay,
just on the go.
I'm hungover. This is what I've got. This is what I'm gonna play. That's it.
Yeah. I also had Doom with me, but I was like, I don't feel like Doom in this fragile state.
Yeah, no, Doom's too quick for that. Even on Switch, it's still too quick. Even though it's like half the speed, that it is on everything
Yeah.
else. It's still too quick. But there you
I
go.
just wanted to pretend to be Gandhi for a while, okay?
That's it.
Yeah.
The-
Anyway, that's me for games this week.
I've got a very good segue coming off the back of that. Talking of Switch
Oh yeah.
ports to lead us straight
Yeah, go
in to our E3 news and rumours and stuff like that, which is an
Okay,
interesting
go for
one.
it.
I don't know if you've seen all these mad, crazy rumours coming out of. I think it was like a Japanese website listing it. I think I have an article open somewhere. Who cares?
Yeah, there's a bunch of mad, crazy rumors, but you're gonna have to be more specific than
I'm
that.
I'm getting there. I'm building up. So yeah, no, Switch ports. Fucking Witcher 3 is apparently gonna get an announced Switch port over E3.
Oh damn,
So
that'll be great.
will it? That's a port that scares me. I'm not gonna lie. Like that game's a bit of a beast. And
Yeah,
yeah.
well, I'm sure they'll just remove some of the grass.
Yeah.
Like it's a really over-rendered
Yeah,
game.
they'll remove the horse. That will no roach in the Switch version. You have to walk everywhere. There's no run option either.
You just gallop.
Yeah, yeah. Geralt can just gallop by himself. He doesn't need a horse anymore. He is a horse inner. Well, I don't know where I'm going with that.
No.
Nope. But yeah, no. Apparently that's going to be a port. So that's an interesting one for me.
That's great news because I never played the expansion and I didn't finish the original game.
Well,
it just soaked up so much of my time.
Yep.
And I was playing Bloodborne at the same time,
Yep.
and they have opposite control schemes.
Yeah, I'm a piece of shit like yourself, and I never finished the PS4 version of the game either. And since then I bought it on PC and keep meaning to go back and restart to re-jog my memory of everything and actually play through the expansions because I've got the game of the year.
Yeah.
So
100%
yeah,
do it.
need to. But the Switch version apparently is the game of the year edition, so it will come with all the DLC and stuff. So if you are wanting to replay it and do everything on the go, because who doesn't like playing shit on the go, right?
Yeah.
Take
it to me to work with me.
Exactly.
Be able to dock it when I get home.
You can fucking you can fucking shit and play Witcher. You can play fucking Gwent on the toilet. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
Exactly.
Very cool.
Crazy times. So yeah.
Are we going to do rumors now then? Do you want to do a rumor segment?
Yeah, why not? Another one. I've got another one. Have you got one? You go. I've just given one.
I've got the Fable 4 details of Fable 4 have leaked.
They've leaked? Oh, this is news to me. I haven't seen this.
Yeah. So, there was a video. It seems like they released, and then somebody managed to get hold of some screenshots from it before it got pulled down.
Okay.
Someone leaked a video and immediately got tanked. But it seems like it's not going to be set in either of the Old Lands, Aurora, or Albion.
Okay.
Because they were destroyed by a Mad King who rebuilt the Spire, wished for an asteroid to destroy the planet, and then wished again before the asteroid hit, I imagine, for it to come again in like X thousands of millennia. And that's where your hero is meant to kind of come in. And then it's going to be... There's not going to be any guns in it.
Oh, what?
You can choose to ignore the main quest. It's going to be heavily focused around building up your town and city. And it's quite funny just looking through the articles I found on it. I was like, man, I didn't realize I really missed Fable.
Yeah, no, like... I don't know about you, but I never actually did Fable 3.
No, I didn't either because it got terrible reviews.
Yeah, and well, to be fair, I remember starting it up, and yeah, that was literally about all I did. It was all about holding hands. That one, wasn't it? That was a big thing. It was like relationships. Peter Molyneux, relationships. Everybody's going to have relationships and hold hands.
See, that's the great thing is that Molyneux is not involved in this.
That was my Molyneux impression, by the way. I don't know if it was any good. It was probably terrible, but I don't give a shit.
No, it was terrible.
Oh fuck!
I'm glad he's out of the industry. To be honest, no shade to him, but just the amount of hype he would build for things that was unwarranted. At least now I can kind of go, okay.
Do you remember that fucking kid he showed on Connect? Do you remember that? Whatever the fuck it was called?
Oh yeah, he had that game released. It was Goddess.
Little Johnny.
It was meant to be
Little Johnny Connect.
What?
Do you know?
What are you on about, Little Johnny Connect? If I Google Little Johnny Connect right now, I'm going to end up on a list.
Right, I can't remember what it was called. It was do you not remember it? When they announced Connect, they showed this like kid on a fucking swing, and fucking like he could talk to you and stuff.
That's weird.
Do you not remember that? It was fucking strange.
No.
And it was never powerful enough to do that, but they made out it did.
I just remember. I remember the whole lead up to Goddess. Do you remember this controversy? This is the one that killed him.
Oh, that was it. Project Milo. That was his name.
Hello, how you doing?
Project Milo.
Yeah, Milo. Milo. Do you not remember that?
No, I don't.
This is a serious
Oh,
tangent.
weird. Yeah, no, I do. I do remember it. He
Yeah.
was really creepy looking as well.
Fucking terrifying. It was like, Milo, do you want to go catch some fish? And he's like, no, I want to go home to mummy or something. It was weird. Didn't like
Weird.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, super creepy. Did you hear about the whole downfall of Molyneux with Goddess? Did you follow that?
No, I didn't. I stopped caring about Peter Molyneux when he told me to hold hands with characters loads.
So the gist of it is that he was going to come out with the Goddess, which was meant to be this massively multiplayer online game. Someone would be the god of that game, and when the game was released, they were going to have whoever won their mobile game and beat their mobile game be the god for the first year or so, or for however long of their new game. I think it was marketed as for their lifetime.
Oh, okay.
In their MMO, and this game was built on microtransactions where you had to click to destroy a pixel on a massive, huge cube, and then you could buy extra clicks. Otherwise, you were time gated on how many clicks you could use.
What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. It's the most weird director Skinner box game I've ever seen. But people did it. People eventually clicked through it, and it happened that one guy who downloaded the game earlier the same day, clicked the last pixel.
What?
Yeah, he downloaded the game earlier that day because everybody was saying, "Oh, it's getting down. I wonder what's in the center." Because obviously Molyneux had said, "Oh, in the center is a life-changing experience that will melt your eyeballs." And he got to the center, and they went, "You're going to be the god in our new game." And then that new game never came out. Or no, maybe it did come out, but it was such a massive flop, and none of the things in it were promised. They never implemented the whole players as gods.
You can still buy it on Steam.
What?
Yeah, it's on Steam. Goddess. Early
Yeah.
access game. Goddess is a unique game that we hope will grow to be truly special. We thoroughly enjoyed developing our dream game alongside the community that are continuing to refine the game based on feedback of the players. We warn you that there are still bugs and incomplete features. This is the nature of the journey that we are on. You may wish to wait for the finished game, blah blah blah. Fuck yeah, wow. Our dream game. And
Yeah,
it's
I
real
can just see
fucking
here on
ropey
Steam,
looking.
Recent reviews, 15, very negative.
Yes, very negative. It's $10.99. Fuck. Yeah. Okay. That's yeah. Fuck you, Peter Molyneux.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. End of segment.
You're in the segment.
We
Fuck you,
should make that a recurring segment.
the fuck Peter Molyneux segment.
Some asshole in the gaming industry, and we can just be like, fuck
I
that
just
guy.
remember that dude used to go on fucking tangents of like, oh, games can bring us together. There's deeper meaning and shit like that about him. It's just like, oh, fuck off. Like, Jesus
Hey, calm
Christ.
down. I'm like a big games art nerd, but I'm not like.
They are, but like this dude was like, games
He's a
are like
fake little
fucking,
salesman.
you know.
They'll cure us of our ailments. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, that
no.
was a thing. So yeah, Fable.
Tangents.
Fable. Let's
Back to leaks.
let's have it. Ubisoft are having a bad time.
Oh yeah. Go on.
All their stuff is leaking basically. I don't know if you've seen, but the Watch Dogs 3 the Watch Dogs 3 details. Some details of Watch Dogs 3 have leaked. It's called Watch Dogs Legion.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. They're just like, why not? That'll do for a name.
Is
So
this
yeah,
like we are anonymous, we are legion. Is that where it's going with that?
yeah, I imagine so because it's set in London and apparently it's in a post-Brexit world as well. It's something that I read earlier. Don't know how much truth there is to that. I hope that's bullshit because like I'm scared of what a post-Brexit world looks like in the eyes of Ubisoft. So
Yeah, we'll see if
we'll
the
all be in
Tories are in or
cages.
not.
Apparently, the big selling point is that you can play as anybody, which that is real vague. Like, okay.
I'm already a citizen in the UK living this nightmare.
Why do I want to do this
video game?
digitally? Like, why do I want to do this in a fucking virtual space?
Like, there's a reason all of the games I love are about going to remote locations and like growing crops and living simple lives.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if this is my jam.
Yeah, no, but apparently there's a tagline: "Play as anyone. Every individual you meet in the open world has a full set of animations, voiceover, character traits, and visuals that are generated and guided by gameplay systems." Okay, so I don't know how that's going to work. Do you just pick a character at the start, or do you just hop characters? Like, how is this game going to have a plot if you can play as anyone? That's the thing that I'm confused about.
It's just going to be GTA Online competitor, I reckon. That's my guess.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's online or what. I mean, those games are single-player games normally, so I don't know. I don't understand. What does this mean? Why are they saying these buzzwords? I don't get it.
Yeah. From Jason Schreier, it says the system is so ambitious, it's been causing developers a lot of headaches.
No shit!
And may have led to at least one delay. So we'll find out more at E3, but that sounds terrible. I feel bad for those devs.
It hasn't even been announced, and it's already delayed.
Yeah. And I imagine it's just perpetual crunch, like at this point already.
Fucking good. Yeah. So, yeah. Sorry, excuse me. So yeah, that's leaked.
Oh, well, that's getting like an advanced review from me. Don't buy.
Yeah, so don't buy it because it's going to come out and it's going to be fucked. Considering apparently, to be fair, I played Watch Dogs 1. It fucking sucked. They showed that off at E3 originally. I don't know if you remember the hype behind that when it was originally announced. That was like, look at this amazing looking game.
They made it look like you had this insane level of connectivity and that you had to be really creative with your problem solving. But no, it was just like really, prescribed ways of dealing with the problems that you were encountering.
Yeah, it was very much like, let's go up to this and press X. Oh, I've hacked it. Here we go. Done.
Yeah.
Real simple shit. The graphics were all bullshit. Like, it was all lies. So, yeah, apparently Watch Dogs 2 cleared up a lot of stuff. I haven't even played Watch Dogs 2 yet, so I can't say for sure, but from reading and stuff like that, it was a far better game than 1, but the damage was already done, I think, from 1, because 1 was real bad. But obviously they're still going ahead with the franchise, and they're doing another one, so that's something. But speaking of franchises, speaking of Ubisoft, another leak is apparently Stop. Wrong site. GameStop, the store in America, has listed Splinter Cell. So the Splinter Cell rumours are like hot again this E3, and we're talking about this last E3 on a different podcast about wanting Splinter Cell, and that there was hype and leaks and stuff like that last time. So hopefully they'll come to fruition this time, and we'll get another Splinter Cell game because it's been a long time.
I've never been super into the Splinter Cell series, but I remember playing one of them when I was young, and it was a multiplayer one where you had some agents and some people trying to find them, like a cat and mouse, but team-based. And
yes.
That was dope. That was so much fun.
That was on Chaos Theory, I believe, because that was on Xbox Live on the original Xbox. So
that would have been it, yeah.
Or on PS2, on the PS2 online shit. But yeah, no, that was sick. I remember that. That was great. Yeah, more of that, please. That would be lovely.
So speaking of multiplayer kind of arena shooter type games, Call of Duty Modern Warfare is coming out again.
It is.
But it's different this time because it's not Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. It's a reboot of the Modern Warfare tagline.
It's not even Modern Warfare 4. Like, this is where this game gets confusing. So we had Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Then we had Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. So we dropped the 4 or the 5, whatever it would have been. Yeah. Then we had Modern Warfare 3. And now we're going back to Modern Warfare, and we're dropping all numbers.
Yep. This is like exactly like getting an Xbox One, but I still have an Xbox 360. I don't know where the other 359 Xboxes went.
No. Where did they go?
But,
why are we... I guess it's like the whole God of War thing. They dropped the number, and it's like soft reboot.
Right, yeah, I guess it's soft reboot. That's all it is. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's just kind of like, that's not my Modern Warfare. Like, I think...
Yeah. Well, were you a fan? I can't imagine you were ever a fan of that, were you? Or were you?
Modern Warfare 1 was fantastic, yeah.
Yes, it was.
Call of Duty back in the day really had that kind of... It was an anti-war game in a lot of ways. It was still a war game, and now it's like totally a war game. But Call of Duty 1, Modern Warfare... Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare 1 was had an incredible single player that was super harrowing. Its multiplayer was like... it had best-in-class kind of shooting mechanics that only went up against... So you basically just chose between Counter-Strike... if you wanted, the esports vibe, Modern Warfare if you wanted the most satisfying like mechanical shooter, and then Battlefield if you wanted something where your bullets were affected by gravity and you're a bit of a nerd.
Don't forget Halo.
Yeah, Halo's not like the same kind of branding though. You know,
No,
it's not
no,
set
no,
in real life.
no, I know.
It's a little bit
It was just that
sci-fi
was kind of
shooter.
like the war at the time. Though it was like I think it was like Halo 3 was out at the same time, and it's like
Yeah, I
oh
was playing both. I played both sides in that war.
yeah, so did I. So did I. To be fair, I really enjoyed. Do you know, what, Modern Warfare. Well, I've had a love-hate relationship with Call of Duty over the years. I remember I really loved Modern Warfare. I didn't like World at War that came out after that, the World War Two game that they
Nor
went
did
back
I.
to. Weren't a big fan of that. Obviously, that was Treyarch's first hand Call of Duty games.
Hmm.
Modern Warfare Two, everybody loves that game. I I didn't. I wasn't a fan. I won't lie.
It
I,
had a lot of problems. There were places where you could just stand
yep.
and essentially spawn camp with a grenade launcher for the whole match on certain maps and just be like, cool, that's just me getting kill streaks.
Yep.
There was very little that people could do about it.
Yeah.
It had a lot of problems. I still like enjoyed it, but not for nearly as long as I enjoyed Modern Warfare 1 for, and that was the last time I enjoyed a Call of Duty game.
Yeah. Same. I mean, since then, the only ones that I've really well, not even really enjoyed. I played Black Ops 2 a bit. I didn't mind Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 4 recently. I really enjoyed Black Ops 4 on PC. Other
I've
than
tried a
that,
few since then,
I've been
but
out of the loop.
none of them have captured me. And I think it's the progression system in the game has shifted.
Yes.
Back in Modern Warfare 1 and 2, the way that you would progress is you had to use that specific gun and you had to do specific things with it. It was essentially like having a quest log for specific unlocks for that weapon. So get 10 headshots, with this weapon, unlocked its silencer. Hip shooting unlocked like an extra magazine, 10 bullets in your magazine or whatever. So if you wanted the customizable elements of the gun, you had to change your playstyle and challenge yourself constantly.
Yes.
And that kept the game really fresh. And then you had the prestiging, which gave you a golden version of that gun, but reset it.
Yeah, I mean,
Awesome.
they still
So
have
dope.
similar things like that now.
They don't though. Now you
No,
just randomly
I was gonna
unlock
say
stuff.
I was gonna say they went more. They streamlined it though, and obviously made it that you like on Black Ops 4, you'd level up your gun, and then every time you level up your gun, you unlock new attachments. But you can level up your gun from just killing people. Like you don't have to kill them in a
Exactly.
specific way or anything like that.
Exactly, and that's what frustrates me. Is back then it felt like a real creative endeavor
But
that
that's
was teaching you different ways to play and challenging you in new ways.
yeah, no, I agree. But that's just that is just a sign of how the over time, obviously, the audience of the game has shifted to a more mainstream, and obviously they're catering to people who can just jump in. You don't have to do anything fancy. You can just play Call of Duty. As long as you can shoot some people, you can level up and you can unlock your gun, your attachments, and blah blah blah.
I don't think Call of Duty has ever not been mainstream though.
Yeah,
I
no.
think
Well, Modern Warfare was like I remember when it was more niche. I mean, obviously the first two CODs were PC exclusives. Well, two came out on Xbox 360, but that was like the first one that was really that was the first one on a console of the actual franchise. I remember they had some offshoots that were on PS2 and stuff like that. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, no, it wasn't until like COD 4 where it became mainstream. So COD 4 was
And
the one
Modern
that blew it
Warfare
up.
was a massive success, a
Oh,
huge success.
huge. Absolutely
Um,
massive. So that's why by the time Modern Warfare 2 rolled out, it just fucking exploded, and it hasn't really settled since.
yeah, it's this. It's the EA yearly release of exactly the same game model with that they applied to FIFA and everything like that.
Yeah,
That required them to streamline their design so that they didn't have to do anything creative or different. They could just tack a bunch of new things in the game, put like the most linear progression system possible onto it, and just shit content on it.
yeah, that's literally it. I mean, I like the fact that the new one is actually sporting a new engine. Graphically, it looks far more impressive than anything they've released in years in the franchise from the footage that they've
Well,
shown so far.
let's not get too excited. We know what this industry's like. Uh,
Yeah, yes, okay, yeah, true. To be fair though, in their defence, normally when they show stuff off of in-game like footage of Call of Duty, it tends to ring true. They don't really tend to show like bullshit footage of the game. So I'd say that what they've shown is legit, and that's how they're going to move forward with it. I mean,
I'll never put it past them.
the real
Never put it
fucking
past.
interesting thing about this one though is the crossplay. capability of it. I don't know if you knew it was doing that or had that.
No, I did not. What's going on with that?
So crossplay is going to work very similar to Fortnite. So you can play across consoles, PC, blah blah blah. Basically, it'd be match made based on your input. So if you're playing with mouse and keyboard, you'll be playing with mouse and keyboard players. If you're playing on a pad, you'll be playing with pad players. I don't know how the fuck they work that out or whatever, but that's apparently how it's going to work. So yeah, there'll be different.
Honestly, the nicest thing about that is that you can use a pad on your PC.
Yes.
I think that's the real takeaway from that, is that's like just an extra input method for people that doesn't cripple them.
Yeah, exactly.
Against their competition. That's like cool.
So I have friends who don't like playing on mouse and keyboard, who are PC players, but they'll play games with a pad.
Yeah.
So, like, for them, it was a handicap because, like, you know, even, I know you get the auto aim and stuff like that, but when you're playing against players who are decent on mouse and keyboard, you're at a massive disadvantage. So, like, for them, it's going to be a real, like, bonus because they'll be actually lobbied with console players. So it'll be cool, though, because you don't really have to... It breaks that barrier then as well, having to be platform-specific. So, which I know has been a problem with me in the past, with friends who are like, oh, okay, I like playing Call of Duty on PlayStation, and there's others who are like, oh, I like playing on Xbox, oh, I like playing on PC. And it's like, okay, now I need to decide, based on where I'm going to have the most consistent group of friends to play this game with, to what platform I need to get it on, you know? So
yeah, I mean, there's been times in the past where friends of mine have decided they're all going to play a game and invited me to play it, and I've gone, no, I'm not going to, you know, purchase a console to play it on that.
No.
Or,
exactly.
not my ideal way. I don't play FPSs with a controller. Sorry.
No, exactly. And I really like that the industry as a whole seems to be sort of taking this embrace on crossplay now, because it's breaking down that barrier of, like, you know, these cross-platform games, you know, having to make that choice, and, you know, it's not really fair to have to make that choice, especially if, like, I don't know, for example, like PS4 Pro versus the Xbox One X, right? If there's a game that's out on both, that, you know, I don't know, say like Doom or something like that. I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to graphics and stuff like that. My Xbox One X is more powerful than my PS4 Pro, but I've got friends who are playing Doom on PS4, but I want to play it on my Xbox because it looks better on my Xbox, right? And it can perform better on my Xbox. But I can't because my friends are on PlayStation, so you have to then be like, oh, okay, we'll have to make that sacrifice, blah, blah, blah. Whereas, like, this whole crossplay thing now, that's just going to completely eliminate that. Like, I can play it on my platform of choice with my friend on whatever the fuck they want to play it on. You know?
Exactly.
So,
perfect.
Lovely. Anyway.
And that's going to be hopefully great for the PC climate with Halo Infinite. I don't know if that's coming for PC, but in the trend that Microsoft seems to be going for, it is.
It is. 100%.
Sweet. Done. That's all I need to know. I need to know nothing else about Halo Infinite.
That was on my list to talk about, because that's
Go ahead.
That's a.
I need to shut that down.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, well, no, it's fine. We'll just carry on. Basically, there was some shit that basically they're going to be showing Infinite at E3. Apparently, this is a leak. I don't know if, you know, it's like anything right now. Take everything with a pinch of salt because, you know, it may or may not be true. But I'd imagine this is legit. Apparently, Halo's conference, they're going to be showing Halo Infinite gameplay at E3. Next generation game, so it's not going to be an Xbox One game, which is
this
big
is why
news.
Everybody's talking about a new Xbox coming out, and also why a lot of people are theorizing that Sony decided not to do E3 this year.
Yes, because Microsoft are in a position, clearly, and we all know that they're going to show it at E3, the new console. They're obviously in a position where they're ready to be showing some stuff. So Sony obviously are not, hence they're opting out. They're not going to, because they've already confirmed that their console is not going to be out until next year. I don't think for a second, I mean, they might surprise us because Microsoft like to do that sometimes. I don't think for a second that Xbox is going to come out this year, though. I think that'll be next year still. I just don't see it happening this year.
Right, but just to play, Microsoft have completely done a 180 since the last console war.
Yes.
The last console war, they put their foot straight in being a bunch of dicks to their customers. And Sony really capitalized on that.
Yep.
They changed. Sony had the lower price point. They had the game sharing joke immediately after Microsoft's press conference, being like, you can share games if you're family at the same address. Sony was like, you can share games if you just hand them a game.
Yeah, that was great.
Lol. Yeah. Microsoft seems to be garnering a lot of goodwill ahead of this year's E3.
Yes.
with this whole cross-platform thing. With they going to be bringing their games to Steam. They're going to be putting their games with Nintendo. They're going to break down barriers with Sony. They're even poking jabs at Epic.
Yep.
They seem to be building up a lot of goodwill at the moment, which makes me feel they actually could be in a position.
They announced as well that they're going to allow on the Age of Empires remaster or whatever it is that they're releasing soon, that they're going to allow crossplay between Microsoft Store and Steam, which wasn't a thing before. And I know it pissed a lot of people off with, I think it was Call of Duty actually. One of the Call of Duty games was released on the Xbox Store and Steam, but if you bought it on the Xbox Store, you couldn't play it against Steam players. So that's another wall. That's another.
I don't know who they put. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just reiterating, like, that is just another wall that they're breaking down. Like, you know what, fuck this, you can play with everybody. Doesn't matter what store you buy on.
It's as if whoever they put in charge went over dredged through all of the bad press they've had over the last 8 years and went, okay, we're gonna do the other things.
Yes,
legit. We're gonna do the opposite of how we fucked up. It's quite impressive to see.
I won't lie, I've always been a huge Xbox fan. I actually prefer playing on Xbox. I prefer the pad. I don't know why. I just prefer the fucking interface of it and stuff like that. I've always thought it's had a much better online space than PlayStation ever has.
Well, I mean, it depends. PlayStation. I've never had anyone threaten me or insult my mum on PlayStation. Just saying.
Oh, okay. I didn't mean like that. I meant in terms of in terms of the way the friends lists are handled and being able to do stuff while you're in game, friends going into parties and stuff like that. The party system's better. Just silly little bits that I think are handled better on the Xbox. I've always found the party system on PlayStation is just shit. And you have to come out of your game and it takes ages to load and blah blah blah, and it's just why, and the Xbox just seems to just do it. Do you know what I mean? I remember on launch it wasn't as nice as that, but on 360 it was that good, and then now where Xbox One is today, it is that good. So I've always been more Xbox than PlayStation in that regard anyway. But I'm kind of the guy who don't care because I just buy both anyway. So I don't give a shit. But so. Back to Halo anyway. So apparently they're gonna show gameplay, but it's gonna be on a PC with a controller because that's how they show everything at these fucking shows anyway. Really. Plus it's coming out on PC anyway. Apparently they're also going to be announcing, because this is a hefty little leak that I've just seen as well. So they're going to be announcing 3 new IPs. Because obviously they've got however many studios now. They're going to be showing 14 games, I think they said. At the show, 14 in-house games, that is. 3 of those will be new IPs. They're going to be showing off their streaming service as well, which apparently bests what Google has shown with its 10.7 teraflops. So apparently it's better than that. So that's enough.
I don't mean to keep saying, oh wow, sorry.
Well, no, it's fucking crazy, dude. They're pulling out the big guns. I really think Microsoft are going to come into this E3 and just be like, do you know what? Fuck this, we got this. Do you know what I mean? If we want to pull the fucking finger out, we can do it. So, yeah, they're going to be showing that. It'd be interesting to see what they do, because obviously, apparently, it's not just one Xbox console either. Apparently, it's going to be multiple. I don't know how or what. If it's going to be a disc version, a discless version, and I don't know, fuck knows version. But yeah, so it's going to be very interesting. The Xbox E3 conference.
For sure. Bethesda has their own conference, I hear, as well.
Yeah, they tend to do that yearly, obviously. Last year was obviously Fallout 76, so it'll be interesting to see what they're doing this year.
Yeah, this is what awkward segue, but let's just run with it. I think Bethesda have been, repeatedly updating 76 since. I think they might try another push.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen there was a little interview done this week. I forget the lead guy's name of Bethesda. Can't remember. He hosted the show last year. Doesn't matter anyway. Who really cares? But yeah, there was an interview with him, and he was basically saying, "Oh, we knew there'd be speed bumps, blah blah blah, because we were always trying to push for something new." Yada yada yada. Basically, just PR cover up, it's just because it's new, and we were trying something new, so it had problems. We're sorry, but it's new, Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they are going to do another push. I mean, to me, that screams that they're going to try and give it another go. So
I think that's the only thing I can imagine. I mean, they're publishing other stuff, but in lieu of the Elder Scrolls 6, I don't know what else they can really talk about.
yeah, I mean, obviously they'll be showing like Doom Eternal and stuff like that, and if there's anything Wolfenstein related or whatever else id are doing, or probably Rage 2 DLC or ESO DLC, stuff
Yeah.
like that. They'll be showing all that stuff, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a push on 76, maybe like another teaser for Elder Scrolls or something like that.
Yeah.
Or what's that other game that they're working on that's coming out before that? The Star game. What's it called?
Starfield.
Yes. So maybe we'll see something on that
Yeah,
potentially.
it says that I've just been scanning through an IGN article. It says Bethesda is likely holding out until E3 2020 at the earliest. So
Right.
we are unlikely to see anything of that this year or Elder Scrolls 6 this year. I imagine they'll tease both and be like, "Ho ho," but it won't be anything significant.
Right. So that's yeah, fair enough. That will
But
be
Doom
what it will
Eternal looks
be.
great. We
Huh?
haven't seen anything of that. We haven't seen anything of Doom Eternal since the Big Dick Energy trailer came out
Yes.
a
No.
while back.
Yeah. Exactly. So there'll be more of that. That's obviously out this year. That'll be lovely. Need that in my life.
Oh, one thing we haven't talked about yet. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. That
Yes.
looks baller.
Yeah.
So
Well.
good.
Well. Obviously, what they showed was like they haven't actually showed anything of the game. They just showed a nice little teaser, which did look baller. Um.
Right. But it's developed by Respawn Entertainment.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I've got all the faith, man. I have all the
I have the
faith.
faith because I fucking love Titanfall, and I really enjoyed Apex Legends when that came out this year. That's a shame with that game. Tangent slightly, that sort
Well,
of slipped off a
also,
slope, but
it's Respawn Entertainment is Vince Zampella and Jason West company. It's what they
yes,
started after they got kicked out of Modern Warfare at the end of Modern
exactly.
Warfare
The
2.
Infinity Ward, the old
So
Infinity Ward fucking head guys. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. So
we've basically been like praising these boys all evening.
yeah, exactly.
Uh,
We're like Modern Warfare. It was a fucking masterpiece, and now here they are doing a Star Wars game. So fucking give me it.
yeah, yeah. I am a little bit
The
hyped
only
for
thing
that.
that
I
the
cannot
only thing
wrap
that
myself
scares me
into
about that is
it.
that obviously they announced it last year.
Right,
How long have they been working on this? That's.
way long.
Do you reckon? Do you reckon they had like
Well,
a long?
E3, EA shit canned a Star Wars single player game that was
Yeah.
in development,
Yes.
and not that long ago. What was that one called?
It didn't have a name. It was just it was by the oh god, what? Who was it? The guys who did Dead Space. Forgot the fucking team's name.
Yes, yeah.
La, 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 la,
Oh
la. That's
God.
gonna really
Yeah, you know what?
annoy
Let's
me.
not dwell on that.
Let's not dwell on
But
that. But it was those guys who were doing it.
yeah, and that looked fantastic. Like the little teaser of the early game trailer stuff that they released looked amazing. Um, so yeah, I imagine they repurposed a lot of that work.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna say I
Vista
wouldn't be
Studios.
surprised. Do you remember Star Wars 1313 when that was announced before the whole EA
Yeah.
thing? So who's to say it's not like again that could be like shit that's been picked up from that and the other game. Like who knows?
Mm.
Because there's two big chunks of game there somewhere. So
Well, people say Overwatch came out of Blizzard's MMO Titan
yes,
being
yeah,
cancelled, and that was cancelled because they knew that Destiny was going to come out, and they didn't want it competing in-house Activision versus Blizzard.
yeah,
So it happens all the time where a company will shit can something and then repurpose the assets in the production towards something else.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I can't imagine it's gonna run on a reworked source engine like Titanfall is. So
No,
I just
probably not.
I don't see that because it's. I'm expecting like a full fledged, like fucking high budget, sexy looking action adventure game. That's what I'm
Yeah.
expecting. Similar to what 1313 was going to be. Because
Well, everybody says I haven't played it yet, but Titanfall 2 was meant to have a really, really good, well-contained single-player campaign in it.
yes,
That's been on
again
my
I've not
list
played it
for
either, but like I've got friends who have completed it and have told me multiple times that I need to go play it because it is very very good. So
So with understanding of Vince Zampella and Jason West and their running of Modern Warfare 1 and 2, as well as Titanfall 2 having a good single player campaign, I just can't. I can't envision it sucking.
No,
And I
me
wouldn't
neither.
call myself like a Star Wars fanboy. I know you are, but I am excited by it. It looks cool.
Yeah, no, exactly. So I mean, anything Star Wars, I'm just like, okay, sign me up, like whatever. So it can't. Let's put it this way: it's got to be better than like Battlefront has been. So
Yeah, yeah,
surely,
absolutely.
hopefully, please, please, anything but
We've
that.
also got Square Enix leaks about the Avengers game. Did you hear about that?
Yes. Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't. I know nothing about it. All I know is that it was leaked.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think there's much about it as such. It's more just that they've because obviously there was information starting to leak. I think there was some pictures like of the poster leaked originally, and then obviously they came out and was like, "Yeah, we're announcing it at E3, blah blah blah. There'll be a big reveal, gameplay, etc., etc." It's gonna be a
Hmm.
four-player, up to four-player like action, like similar to probably similar vein to I was talking about it last episode actually, the Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I don't know if you played them or
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. You mentioned it last time. I remember. I haven't played it yet, but I can
yeah.
imagine it being similar. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine it's going to be like a similar. Well, not similar because they're obviously actually releasing Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 like next month. Um, so it's not going to be the same game, but in that vein of like action adventure RPG, but like obviously that's a Switch game, and this is going to be like a AAA fucking next gen, you know,
Yeah.
actual full fledged like Avengers RPG. So yeah, and that'll be interesting because
RPG is cool, and I'm interested to see how they tie it into the universe with your customizable, hero that just kind of gets lodged in there.
it's oh,
That sounds
is
cool.
that confirmed that it's you make your own hero?
I think that's the only thing I read from the leak
Oh,
was
okay.
that
Right, I didn't know
the
that.
make
I
your
didn't know
own
that bit
hero
of
thing.
information. I assumed you just pick like Cap or someone. I like that though. You make your own hero. Tangent again, but that's very similar to like what they did with like DC Universe Online. Did you ever play that?
Yeah, yeah. I didn't play it, but I remember a lot of people playing it.
Yeah. So
People
like
pretty
again,
hyped about
it
it.
was obviously an MMO. You'd make your own superhero, and like you coexisted in a world with like Superman, Batman, blah 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 blah. So yeah, no, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool actually. Especially if
Hmm.
you like started as the at the bottom, you know.
Yeah,
Like fresh hero, fucking new to the biz, need to learn the ropes of being an Avenger, and then you work your way up, and then you're more powerful than fucking I don't know Galactus.
I think it would be amazing if like you had factions in it, like you could get to a certain point in the game and then you had to kind of like choose, and you maybe went down Hydra's route or something,
Oh, dude,
and
that
you
would be
had
fucking crazy. Imagine that. You just start tangent off and be like, do you know what? No, fuck this. I'm gonna be evil. That'd be great.
yeah, go Red Skull it up.
Yeah, that'd be fucking fantastic. Oh, that's probably not gonna
Okay,
happen.
I want to put a few pins and stuff.
Okay.
Animal Crossing, obviously something I'm looking forward to hearing more about. But we don't need to talk about that anymore. And then the other thing is Cyberpunk
Yes. Will we see
2077.
more? I'm assuming.
I'm thinking we will, just because it's been radio silence, and from all accounts, the people at CG Project Red, worked to the bone, so they have to have been doing something. They've got to have something to show.
Yeah, I'd imagine, surely. I mean, they were at the Microsoft conference last year, right? That was where they showed off stuff, that trailer,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that was really impressive.
Yeah, it was. So maybe they'll be at Microsoft's again. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Microsoft are trying to go gung ho. That's a big game to have at your conference, especially where you're showing off a next gen machine for a game that looks very next gen. So
Yeah.
even though they already said it's not going to be next gen, which I found very interesting, they're actually going to release it on this console generation. But that could always change, right? I mean, shit
Well,
changes.
they'll probably will release it on this console generation, but they'll also, have the updated version, sort of like The Last of Us had the PS3 version.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Yeah, I mean, speaking of that, I mean, that. Well, actually, Sony aren't at E3 this year, are they?
No.
No. Fuck. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy to
Mm,
think. Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
But
Hmm. Totally forgot about that. Well,
then
it's all
on
on you,
to
Microsoft.
yeah, pretty much.
And
But
then on to
okay, last big topic
yes.
because I think we're running on a bit now. Death Stranding, because this is going to take some time. Have you seen the new
Yes.
trailer?
Yeah. All I'll say is I'll preface with this is what the fuck.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. About
uh,
it's on brand. Seems right.
yeah. Apparently, I saw some meme on Reddit saying like, Death Stranding trailer. What the fuck? And then it's like Death Stranding explanation on website. Oh, okay. Like I get it now. I haven't read any of the stuff that they've actually released to the press and stuff like that of like actual systems in the game, but apparently it actually does clear up what the fuck you do.
Okay,
I saw Kojima released a statement on Twitter, I think,
I've
saying
seen a. It's going, go on.
no, I was gonna say he was just saying that basically the game is basically about like reforging the world and building. It's like based on strands. That was the word he kept using was strands. You know, like strands between people, strands between the earth, and blah blah blah. And like obviously there's like planes. So but basically, I'm assuming you have like hell. Well, not hell, but like a death world, and then like you have the actual real world, and I don't know. It's real confusing.
So yeah, if you go back to some of the old trailers, there's a whole bit at the beginning of one of them which says like in the beginning there was a bang, and then there was another bang, and then there was a bang that created life, and then the bang that like merged all the worlds. So it seems to be, yeah, the storyline of the game is that the ending of Final Fantasy IX happened where two realms clashed into each other,
Right.
or at least two, or the barriers between them somehow got broken down between times and places and things, because there's points where you're like underwater even though you're above land.
Right. Okay.
Like you get people like floating off, you know what I mean?
Mhm. Like
There's a lot of,
some Pennywise shit.
yeah.
But yeah.
So it seems like, yeah, the boundaries between different realities that overlap
Okay, and they
have
like converge and
broken down.
everything's fractured and fucked, basically.
Yeah, and it also seems to allude to the idea that different characters have different relationships to different realms. So like
Right.
Mads Mikkelsen's character has like a really strong bonding to the Death Realm, like the history of the world. That's why he's controlling all the soldiers and stuff,
Right.
and that the babies are somehow conduits to the other side.
Right. Okay.
So they allow you to traverse and survive if you get trapped there.
Okay.
That seems to be like, I don't know. I'm going off of ages old theory crafting.
Yeah. No. No. Well, yeah, it's better. It's making it more of an understanding of like potentially what it's about because, like I say, everything they've shown so far is just like I don't get it. Someone doesn't understand. Was that my cereal? Oh, I don't know what that was. Um. So something spoke to me. I'm scared. But yeah, no, like I say, everything he showed was just like okay. Even the trailer just didn't show like you really barely got a glimpse of combat. It was like here you go, you can place ladders and climb up stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know why that bit really stuck out with me in that trailer of like here you go, I'm just gonna deploy a ladder out of thin air and then
Yeah.
place it against this rock. I was like okay,
Because that was the first time we've ever seen anything gameplay related.
yeah,
So
yeah,
the first thing they've shown us of the game is this ladder, and you're like, that's important.
yeah,
And that
yeah.
just like sticks in your brain.
Exactly. Like
And
I
then
can
afterwards,
climb things. Okay.
I love the scene of gameplay where he gets accosted by a group of bandits and then just like kind of, needs to shit a bit, jogs away from them, and then ends up in a fist fight with them.
Oh
Like just
god.
the
Fuck.
animations for that and the staging for that just did not feel right to me.
No, no, not at all.
But
Do you
yeah,
feel
all
like
the
he's potentially like fucking giving us red herrings with it, and like a lot of what he's showing isn't actually what you're gonna do? Because he's like renowned for doing shit like that.
Yeah, I'd say that's for sure a possibility. But also he just did Metal Gear Solid 5, right?
Yeah,
Which was an
yeah.
open world. You had like the ability to build and use gadgets out in the world. You had this, expansive cast of side characters that are all really beautifully rendered.
Mhm.
So I can see it. I can see this just essentially being Kojima's like, "Hey, look, I'm gonna go make my own Metal Gear Solid, and fuck you guys. It's gonna be super weird."
Yeah, I liked the little nods in like terms of like character. There's one dude who's wearing a mask that looks very much like it belongs in a Metal Gear Solid game. Um,
Yeah,
like in a black mask, and there's like the dude with the skull mask, the gold skull. Like all of it feels very Metal Gear. like
Hmm.
reeks of being a Metal Gear game. Yeah,
So two of the characters in it, didn't actually perform their own stuff. So first was
yeah,
Guillermo del Toro. He just is a 3D model, didn't
yeah.
voice himself or physically perform his own stuff for the game, motion capture his own stuff. And the other one was the director of Drive, who apparently is good friends with Kojima.
Oh wow! Oh, I didn't know the other guy was the director of Drive. Fuck. Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. I
So
thought,
that's super weird, and
that
that's
is, yeah.
like I don't know. In this kind of era, we've got a lot of anxiety surrounding deep fakes and stuff like that. So the fact that they're like, yeah, casually just someone else
Yeah,
performed my role in a video game.
performed me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I did see that. I mean, to be fair, I can't imagine Guillermo del Toro is much of an actor. Uh, so I can understand why he didn't do his own um, performance. But yeah, so no, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be real interesting. Like I say, I think there's a lot of red herrings in what they're showing, and I can't imagine that a lot of it is going to be anything like what we're actually going to do in the game. Because like I say, it doesn't really show what you do. Like it's just like, okay, I'm running, oh, I'm having a fist fight. Oh, okay, now I'm placing a ladder.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be. There's a bit of a stealth element where you encounter the other side beings that you seem to be stealthing past, and you can't really see them that well. Uh, so it's gonna be like a mix of stealth, light combat elements, and traversal.
I saw there was an extended trailer somewhere. I saw a snippet of it where you very, very briefly see a boss fight as well, like a full-on boss
What?
battle. Yeah. I'll see if I can find you a link because you need to see.
Yeah, yeah. We can wrap that. We can grab that
Yeah,
after the show.
I'll give you that after. But yeah, no, there is a very, very, very quick clip of a boss battle, which
Ooh,
looks pretty cool.
tasty.
So it's cool to know that there's bosses. That's a thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah, for sure. It's not just mountains,
yeah.
bandits, and
So
death
actually, we're saying all this about this. This probably isn't. We're probably not going to see any of this at E3 now.
Well, they released the trailer right ahead of E3.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm saying we're probably not going to see anything else now for a while. Probably until
Yeah,
after E3.
potentially, but Death Stranding does have a 2019 release date, so it's
Does it
probably
does? Do you know what? Oh, here we go. Speaking of rumors as well,
November
though.
8th.
Speaking of
Oh
rumors.
my god, I'm going on holiday right when this comes out. God fucking damn it.
Ah! Well, I'm at down. Well, actually, you're at download the whole time E3 is on.
Yeah, I'll be tuning in remotely.
I'll be watching Slipknot when the Microsoft conference is on. This upset.
Yeah.
It upsets me, but it doesn't upset me because I love Slipknot. But yeah,
It's a good thing we aren't real gaming journalists.
yeah,
That's all I'm
exactly.
saying.
Because
All
otherwise,
all
we'd
we
be
have
like,
to
oh,
do-
sorry, Slipknot, goodbye. To be fair, if I had the chance to go to E3, I'd be like, I'm going to fucking E3 because
Yeah.
LA. But yeah, no. Anyway, just going back to a quick rumor about Death Stranding that I was reading the other day as well, is that apparently this is probably only going to be a console exclusive for a segment of time.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, apparently because in all the marketing and stuff like that as well, it doesn't say only on PlayStation anywhere.
It's only been announced for PlayStation.
It's only been
but yeah,
announced. It's probably never going to come out on the Xbox, but apparently it is going to come to PC.
That would be
what I'm
exciting.
seeing. So obviously we'll have a bit of a wait for that, and I won't wait. I'll be getting it on the PlayStation when it launches, but it'd be nice if it does wind up on PC at some point. I know Metal Gear Solid 5 did, but obviously that launched on everything. So
Quick question though: do you want to give Hideo Kojima administrative privileges to install something on your computer after a game with a boss fight where it told you to turn off the console at one point, and another one where the way to beat him was to swap the controller's inputs?
no, to be fair, now you've said all that, and I never really thought about it before. I have Metal Gear Solid 5 installed. I'm going to delete this.
Yeah, I'm not going to put Death Stranding on my computer just because it'll probably begin to consume my life somehow. It'll
Yeah.
uninstall all my other games. It'll infect my phone while I'm charging it off the USB.
You start realising that you're slowly morphing into Norman Reedus for no reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. What are all these baby handprints doing all over me?
Why are they everywhere? So yeah, Death Stranding, all the other stuff that we've fucking spoke about. There is probably loads that we haven't covered. There is a lot of stuff. Oh, one quick thing that I just want to say real quick before we start wrapping the episode up. Did you fucking see that Elon Musk is fucking batshit out of his mind and he's installing Cuphead on the Tesla Model 3, S and X?
Yeah, I briefly heard about this and I thought it was a joke.
No, it's legit.
Yeah, Elon Musk is losing his fucking mind. That's absolutely true.
Yep.
He had an anime profile picture and declared himself a meme necromancer on Twitter. I don't know what's going on, but he seems to think like he doesn't run a multi-million-dollar company, billion-dollar company. I don't even know what Tesla's valued at.
I don't know. Fucking billions, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're going to install Cuphead in the cars. Okay. Because who needs that level of stress when they're driving or in a car? Like, what? Why? Have you played Cuphead?
Yeah, it's weird. 61 billion it's valued at. I've not played Cuphead. I want to.
You should fucking play Cuphead. You should make that a thing before next week. You should seek that game.
I've got some stuff to play before next week.
But
you arsehole.
Cuphead.
How dare you?
I know you've got stuff to play, but Cuphead, fuck.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's everything.
That is all our E3 stuff. But before next week, what are we playing? What are you going to do?
What am I going to do? I'm going to be playing more Chaosbane because I enjoyed what I have played. Like I say, didn't reinvent the wheel of action RPGs, but you know, why does it need to?
Fun.
As long as it's sound spin.
If you get bored of that, play oh god, what is it? There's like grimdark thing there. Never mind. I forgot what it is. I was about to recommend you a game, and I'm like, I can't find it in my Steam library.
Yeah, no, I'll be playing that.
I will be playing Trevor Saves the Universe.
Oh.
Which is the new release from the game studio Squanch Games, which is Justin Roiland, voice of Rick and Morty.
Is that out now?
That came out tonight.
Oh, fuck! Oh, I've literally clicked on the homepage. Oh, my lord, I need this.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was out. Oh, God, I'm buying this. I mean, isn't this a VR game?
It doesn't look like it
is a VR. It fucking is. Oh, God. I'll look this up after. Sorry, I'm tangenting on this. I'll also play this because I fucking need it.
Wait a second. This isn't specifically VR.
No.
Okay, good.
But it's on PSVR.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Cool.
So
did you play the original one he did?
I've got the Rick and Morty one. I haven't played it. It is on my PlayStation. It is in my backlog of about 8,000 games. But yeah, I'm gonna fucking get this because it looks fucking amazing and I need it. And yes, let's both reflect on that next time we're here.
Okay, sounds good. And then that'll be our one game we discuss outside of the E3.
Well, we've both got a festival in between, and we've got a lot of E3 news, so that's totally acceptable.
Perfect.
But yeah, no, okay, cool. Is there anything from E3 that you're really hyped about before we just close out? Like, what is the thing you're hyped about the most that we can come back to next time?
I'm hoping for the Elder Scrolls 6 to have like an actual full trailer release. That would be a huge thing. I know they've denied it, but that would be massive. And then besides that, just want to hear about the new Xbox, and I want to hear more about Cyberpunk.
Wonderful. I'm going to go full, not even speculation, but like I'm hoping Capcom come out with a new Onimusha.
Oh shit!
Yes.
You didn't even mention Capcom.
We didn't even mention Capcom. You didn't mention. I'm really surprised as well. The whole collaboration between George R. Martin and From Software either.
Holy shit! No, I had that written down and I completely forgot about it.
That's all right. We'll talk about it next week when they announce some shit. We'll talk about it properly because we'll actually have details. I'm sure we will.
Man, if they show anything of that at E3, I'll be hyped as fuck.
I'm sure as fuck they will. But yeah, my big want from E3 is Splinter Cell, and I'm hoping that we see a new Onimusha because they re-released Onimusha 1 earlier this year, and I'm hoping that in the light of that, that's because they're planning on doing new stuff for that franchise, and I love that franchise, and it would be amazing to see something from that. So, but that's completely like there's not even a fucking rumor floating around for that. So that's really like just big time praying, like get on my knees to the game gods. And hope that they deliver. So cool. Well, that's been another episode of Fucking Old Dad Podcast, guys. If you could like follow us on like everything or subscribe to the podcast, we're on iTunes now. Last week, last episode, whenever. I always get this wrong. I said last week. We're fucking fortnightly. Yeah, we're on iTunes, so subscribe on that. Subscribe on Stitcher. Subscribe on SoundCloud. Do all that stuff. You can find us at AltDadPod. You can find us on Twitter at AltDadPod. You can find us on Facebook /AltDadPodcast. You can find us on Instagram at AltDadPodcast. I'm pretty sure that's our Instagram. That is. I got it right. I did it. I got them all right in one hit.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Follow all that stuff. Follow us on our personals. I'm not going to quote them, but you can find them somehow.
Yeah, they're in links and
somewhere.
Stuff.
You'll find them on the pages. You'll see us spamming shit. So yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Cheers, guys. Have a good one.
Bye.